What's up, Aileen and Tammy? Happy Saturday. Did any of you guys do anything interesting today? Why does it look like my glasses are crooked? I don't know why. They do. And these are new too, so they shouldn't be crooked. I had to work. I work every Saturday, so it doesn't matter. Pretty much, unless I request the day off. So I had an uneventful day at work, which was good. Watched Legion of Exorcists before earlier today, so I caught the latest episode. Bia, what's up? Sabrina, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? Yes, you can. I can't hear myself through my earphones, which is weird. Sabrina is saying, glad you got my ghost pic. It's more detailed in person. That was crazy, Sabrina. Thank you for sharing. Christy Fox, what is up? Did you. Susan, what is up? Greetings from New York City. How's the weather where everyone's at? Today was actually a nice day. Wasn't that bad. I guess it was hot earlier, but I didn't go outside earlier, but when I got off of work, it was actually pretty nice. Doesn't feel like summer yet. Tammy's saying Christy and Tammy are both saying hot. In Southern California, it does not feel hot yet. Susan saying hot and muggy. Sabrina saying sunny Cali, hot desert day. Aileen had a very rainy day. Was a nice sunny day here. Wasn't too hot, as I was saying. Heard the birds chirping. I'm not looking forward to when it does get hot, so I'm hoping it doesn't get hot. But they're saying we're supposed to have a hot summer. I'm not looking forward to that, not at all. Have any of you all done anything exciting today for your Saturday? And I just noticed it's kind of stuffy in here because I don't have any windows open. Christy Fox is saying El Nino time. Diane, high surf and strong winds. Very sunny on the Big Island. Aloha, cool. Artie, thank you for dropping by. Rochelle! Have to have an echo there. Susan did not do any. So, Susan, did you relax today for your Saturday? Nothing wrong with that. Rochelle saying a hello back. I have the lucky number 13 people watching. That's my lucky number, by the way. It's such an unlucky number, but it's lucky for me. Susan was like, yes, I was lazy. Super cool. Nothing wrong with that. Always good to have a lazy day, relax. And enjoy the day. Kind of Good to slow down every once in a while. Rochelle's lucky number is 9. Mine's 7 as well. Matthew, what's up? Coming in with the awoo. Susan saying in Europe it's considered to be a lucky number. That's cool. Rochelle's asking, do you all know about the 6 lines of human life? No? What is it, Rochelle? Susan saying -3. That's cool. Rochelle saying apparently it relates to your birth date and time. Oh, that's kind of cool. Super cool. That is super, super cool. I guess what I am going to start off with today is the usual. Rochelle saying it is supposed to give you a main guideline to your lifespan. Oh, that is crazy. Never heard. It's kind of interesting, actually. I've never heard of it, but that's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. Susan saying my Italian friend says 13 is a lucky number in Italy and throughout Europe. Oh, that is weird because here it's like considered unlucky. Like I always say, like how the hotels don't have a 13th floor. There's one that I actually went into that has one because I always seriously look for 13th floor. I'm that weird. I'm that weird person that does. Because I know the hotels don't. So when I do see one, I'm like, yes. And nowadays you can't go on the floor unless you actually have I think most of the hotels you go into, you have to have a key to use the elevator. But before it wasn't like that, so you were able to go to different floors. I don't think it's all hotels though, because I remember the one that we stay in Arizona, I could go to a different floor. I remember that. Cuz the ice machine was broken on our floor, so I went to a different floor. But I always if I find one, I take a picture of the 13th floor. Rochelle's like kind of like the black cat crossing your path in certain cultures, extremely lucky, and there's a saying you say when it crosses. Huh. Tammy saying Friday the 13th is my birthday. That is so cool. Susan saying my apartment building doesn't have a 13th floor and it was built in 1930. I think there was a hotel. I think it was in Vegas I think it was the Excalibur. I think it was. I don't remember because I remember I did go to a hotel way back in the day, and I think in Vegas, and I think it had a 13th floor, and I took a picture in front of it. I was like, 13. And every elevator I go into, I kind of take if there's 13 because if there's the 13th because I know some hotels are divided. So one hotel does 1 through 20, the other one does 20 through something floors. So I usually get the one that doesn't have 13 on it, but I usually take a picture of it if it does have no 13 on it. All right, guys, we are going to go into Ghost in the News, where I Google. Actually, most of my articles are from Ghost in the News. I Googled Ghost in the News and some cool articles popped up. Miss Kim, how's it going? Some cool articles popped up, like a bunch of them. Usually I get weird things that don't even involve ghosts, which is weird. But the first one I thought was kind of cool. It is on, I guess it's on a radio station, Rockford's number 1 for New Country 98.5, Q 98.5. Written by J.B. Love. Um March 20th, 23. Kind of older article, but this year. Wisconsin cops react to terrifying shriek. Was it a ghost? Susan saying modern buildings now have a 13th floor. Mine goes from 12th to 14th. I live on 19th floor. Cool. Super cool. Hopefully, Susan, you have a great view. Right, it starts off by saying Wisconsin has always been known for its vast natural beauty and endless stretches of forest and wilderness. But as this recent dashcam video shows, sometimes even the most peaceful of places can turn spooky in the blink of an eye, especially outside in the dark. There's an old video circulating showing police officers investigating a wooded area, possibly a cemetery, when suddenly there are they are startled by a loud, blood curdling shriek. I mean, this sound is loud and terrifying. The officers are visibly shaken, and it's clear they were not expecting the sound. The question on everyone's mind is, what was that? Jen saying hey and hugs to everyone. Thank you for coming in, Jen. Miss Kim saying in Japan it's the number 4. It's the same character as death. Sometimes you won't have a 4th floor or 4 in the door number. Huh, I did not know that. And then here's, I guess, a screenshot. There is a video. I'm going to be showing it. This is the screenshot of the 2 officers. It's no secret Wisconsin is full of wildlife, and who knows what kind of crazy critters are lurking in the woods up north. But let's be real, it's way more fun to imagine that it was something paranormal. Maybe it was a ghost or an alien or even Bigfoot. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Bigfoot was caught on camera doing something weird. Some people might argue that it was just an animal, perhaps a fox or a coyote. After all, it's not uncommon to hear strange noises in the woods at night. But others are convinced that something paranormal is at play. There are plenty of ghost stories, haunted houses, and unexplained phenomenon in Wisconsin. From the legend of the Beast of Bray Road, a werewolf-like creature said to roam the woods near Elkhorn, to the haunted Feister Hotel in Milwaukee. There are plenty of spooky tales to be told. To say the noise was paranormal isn't absurd. What is the noise in this video? And I will show you. I guess it's a Facebook reel. Hopefully, I can play it for you guys. We'll try. It's impossible to say for sure what caused the shriek in the video, but one thing is certain. It's really strange and brings chills every time I watch it. Hold on here. I may have to switch. Hold on, guys, so I can add. Whoa, that gives me chills. What do you guys think that is? Matthew saying Lewis has UFOs, Lisa has ghosts. Nerd report in the house. What's up? Susan saying she does have a great view. I see the Empire State Building and Chrysler Building, right? Oh, that is super cool. Rochelle saying, not sure what it may be. Susan saying paranormal. Miss Kim is like, heck yeah, I'd be running too. That kind of gave me chills. And that wasn't the first time I saw. I kind of watched it before I streamed just to see what the video was about. Christy saying that jump scared me, but I literally laughed at the cop's reaction. Susan's like frightening sound. Matthew saying it's a bird. He's a skeptic. But that's kind of loud for a bird, though. It has to be a huge bird, like Jurassic Park sized bird. No, I'm just kidding. Jen saying it's me before coffee. I think that's a lot of us before coffee. Susan saying not human or animal. Matthew saying the dolphin sound in movies and TV shows is actually from a bird. Huh, I did not know. Cool. Miss Kim saying if it was in Panama, I'd say a howler monkey. I think it's in Wisconsin. Spring Storm, what is up? I don't know. You guys want me to play it again? Sabrina's saying it's a recording. And so Sabrina, you're thinking that the cops are in on it. And I believe the video was posted by Rochelle. It was posted by the clip Chris Sanders Paranormal Explorer. Rochelle's, it seems, recorded. Susan saying it sounds like Sasquatch. Bia Stone saying, yeah, play it again. It actually looks like it's coming off of a... Oh no, someone's holding it. Because I was thinking it was like a dash cam, but someone's actually holding it. Because it shakes. Sabrina saying no, someone was blasting it to scare others. Possibility. Matthew saying a kookaburra bird. Rochelle saying it definitely sounds like one of those cheap dollar store Halloween experimental scream things that you can buy. I'd like stick out there that were only $1, $25 nowadays. Susan says now it sounds like a car crash. Diane was like, why were the police there and why were they filming? That's why at first I thought it was a dash cam, but if you notice, like, it moves. So maybe it's another officer, because you could see the, I don't know what you call those things, that the I don't know what you call the thing that they have in front of the police cars, like a batting, it's not a battering ram, but like a bracket that kind of gives protection in the front. I had one of those on one of my cars years ago, but I forgot what they're called. But it kind of looks like it is a police car. So maybe it's a dash cam. Maybe they were there for some call or something. I don't know. Makes no sense. Diane saying, were they there because someone reported? They didn't really go in depth about the video. They just talked about, like, is it people think it's paranormal? Like, is it a ghost? Grill Susan Rigg saying grill, not a grill. It's like a protective thing. Like it's like black, and I don't even know what the heck those things are called. It's like a bumper, but it's like an extra protection for your car. Spring Storm saying it sounds like one of the recordings on a Halloween Spooky Sounds album. Tyrana, how's it going? Christy saying roll bumper, maybe that's what it's called. But you know what the cop cars have in front, that extra, it's like it goes over like the grill, and it kind of sticks out a bit, like it kind of push bumper. Jin says, and it kind of protects your car if you impact another car, I guess. It makes your car the Incredible Hulk. No, I'm just kidding. Diane saying for ramming, yes. But and I could see it in that video, so obviously this is some type of police car. So maybe it's another, but it's weird that they would have 3 officers on the scene. I mean, unless it was like a distress call maybe, or someone said someone was hurt. Cheryl, what is up? Jin saying they are called push bumpers. All right. Susan's asking if I can replay. Sure. Like you see like there's that push bumper. And then the camera's kind of shaky, so it makes me feel like someone's holding it. It's like a shaky cam paranormal activity 2.0. Or it could be someone playing a trick, but then why were the cops there to begin with? It didn't actually say, why they were there. I kind of wish I knew why they were there, then it would make more sense, but what we know is just people think it's something paranormal. Susan saying that's otherworldly for sure. Rochelle saying I'm laughing hysterical. Just love your streams. Remember that one stream where you have that one clip of that guy just screaming like bloody murder? That's what it sounds. That guy. I couldn't take that serious. That was the funniest video I showed. I could not take it seriously. Panda bear, it sounds like Bigfoot to me because some of them do make that sound, but I don't know if they exist though. Susan M laughing over here, love these. It's hilarious because you got these cops going in, they're feeling all brave, they're gonna take care of business. They hear the scream and they start jetting it. Cheryl saying sounds like what a dinosaur would sound like. I like a huge dinosaur. Maybe someone put in a complaint that someone was in distress. I don't know. It didn't go into detail. It was kind of a vague article. Cheryl's like, I'd run like heck too. I mean, I would too. Cause look at how dark it is. You can't even see it. Basically, the only light it looks like is coming off their cruiser. But they're running the wrong way. I would have ran toward the cruiser and drove off. Susan's like, the cops run for cover. Heather Salvatore, what's up? They're they were like I said, they were running the wrong direction. If you wanted to get out of there, you'd be running to your car. Panda's like saying, "Where is Batman and Superman when you need them?" I know exactly, huh? Superman would be coming in. Cops would be like, Batman would be like, "What's going on, guys?" He'll dive into the darkness. But that would scare me. Cause just imagine it's probably like super quiet there. You could tell like it's not super loud, and then Susan said it does sound like a dinosaur roar. It does. Like one of those pterodactyls looking for dinner. I don't know. Midnight snack. But so it's kind of hard to tell if it is real or if it's Sabrina's saying, I think there's another video with the same sound and a cop showed up to investigate. He didn't run, but it definitely surprised him and he didn't look into it. He's probably like, I don't want people to think I'm crazy. Because just imagine, he probably, even if he had to write a report, like say like there was a call on it and he had to write a report, he probably is not going to say, I heard a strange sound. Susan saying it looks real. To me, because of the cop's reaction, it looks real. To me. Julissa, how's it going? Heather Salvatore saying East Coast love listening to you. Well, thank you. Rochelle saying I think it's definitely real for the cops, but it definitely seems like a recording, just silly stuff. Diane saying flying pterodactyl for sure. Yes. But Rochelle, going on with what you say, yeah, even if the sound was recorded, the cops had to been on it. You know, be a part of it, like know about it. But that's too good of a reaction. I feel like I am doing good, Julissa. And for them to like, I don't know, because it's cops. It kind of makes me feel like if this TikTok got out and they were like messing around, they could get. I don't know if they could lose their job for that, maybe because they're in uniform. You know what I mean? But it's not showing their badge or any. But it does say Wisconsin, so Sabrina's saying I think it's a prank on the cops. So the cops, they're playing a prank on. Yeah, I believe that to be true. Panda Bear saying finished Shadow and Bone trilogy not too long ago. So far, I love the third book of it. Cool. Think I know. Never read it. but still a good video nonetheless. That happened in March, but it's still pretty cool. So I'm going to move on to the next article. Pretty much all the articles I found for this stream were pretty much in Google because I put ghosts in the news. This one, let's see if I can find it. This one is, which I thought was kind of cool. It is, let me move up. It's the 2023 best cities for paranormal activity. And this is on Lawn Love, written by Sav Mav on May 8th, 2023. So I thought this was kind of interesting. So it starts off ghost, aliens, and cryptids. Oh my, where in the US are you most likely to stumble upon a supernatural experience? To mark, I guess, Twilight Zone Day. I didn't know there was a Twilight Zone Day. On May 11th, Lawn Love ranked 2023's best cities for paranormal activity. We compared the 200 biggest US cities based on 4 categories. We looked at paranormal sightings, Bigfoot sightings, haunted sites, and paranormal conventions and events, among 14 total otherworldly metrics. So then it goes down, it shows all the cities, but I like the pictures better because this doesn't kind of. So it's saying that I like how they made like a graphical picture about it. I like that better than just looking at a graph. 10 best cities for paranormal activity. Number 1 is Los Angeles, California. Number 2, New York, New York. Number 3, Chicago, Illinois. Number 4, San Diego, California. Number 5, New Orleans, Louisiana. Number 6, Philadelphia, PA. Number 7, San Antonio, Texas. Number 8, so Texas has 2 on the list. Dallas, Texas. Number 9, Indianapolis. Number 10, Las Vegas. So then it says, like, so if you ever want to go ghost huntings, these are the top 10 cities to visit. So the 10 worst cities for paranormal activity, meaning don't even visit them if you plan on ghost hunting. Number 1 is West Valley City, Utah. 2, Sioux Falls. 3, Honolulu. 4, Hampton. 5, Overland Park. 6, Olathe. 7, Orange, California. 8, Surprise, Arizona. That is a cool name. 9, Boise City, Idaho. 10, Lakewood, California. Wow, this really broke it down. Most paranormal sightings. San Diego, California. So if you want to catch something on camera, you got to go. Well, obviously, it's probably you have to be at the right opportune moment. But if you want to see something, San Diego, California is your best bet. Dallas, Texas, Chicago, Illinois was a tie. I guess all Chicago, Philadelphia, and Cleveland were all a tie. Julius is saying you got a few cities pretty close to you. I know I do. Susan saying Savannah is haunted, so is New Orleans. Rochelle's like interesting. Wonder why they don't like Michigan or Colorado. I mean, there are haunted places in those states, but I guess by what they used as their metrics, it didn't. Maybe it didn't qualify for their list. Fewest paranormal sightings: Phoenix, Arizona, and these all look like they were tied. Wichita, New Orleans, Boston, El Paso, which is weird because New Orleans is I would say is pretty haunted. But maybe you don't see anything, maybe you feel things, or it's not as frequent. Maybe like if you go to San Diego, you'll definitely see something, as to where you go to New Orleans, it's like a hit and miss. Maybe. Most haunted sites, they're saying Los Angeles, New York, San Antonio, Pittsburgh, Houston, and El Paso were ties. So Texas has 3 cities that have the most haunted sites. Fewest haunted sites: Santa Rosa, North Las Vegas. These all were tied. They all tied. Plano, Texas, West Valley City, Utah, Chesapeake, Virginia, and then Bellevue, Washington. Alice, how's it going? Susan saying New York City and LA are tops. For sure. So then they even went into most paranormal societies and investigative organizations. Number 1, Las Vegas. There are quite a few in Las Vegas. Yep. Indianapolis, Phoenix is a tie. Springfield, San Antonio, and Pittsburgh are all tied for the number 3rd spot. Fewest paranormal societies and investigative organization: Oakland, Bridgeport, Columbus, Peterson, Sioux Falls, and Irvin, Texas. Los Angeles has the most paranormal conventions and events. I know there's like spooky conventions, but I've never been to a paranormal convention. I'm like, where? Sign me up. I mean, they have like Monster Palooza and stuff like that here, like haunted, like a horror type convention. But paranormal ones I've never really been to. They're saying Los Angeles, Atlanta, Chicago, Little Rock, Plano, Portland, Providence, Savannah, and Seattle, all tied for the number 2 spot. Fewest paranormal conventions and events is Birmingham, Alabama, Denver, Colorado, Washington, Honolulu, New Orleans, Springfield, St. Louis, New York, and Philadelphia. Alice is asking, where is my wolf hat? Oh, I don't have any ears. I mean, I have ears here. Okay, the most ghost tours, of course, New Orleans, Savannah, Charleston, New York, and Los Angeles. I know they have I think Hollywood has one where you go on a van, they have a haunted tour that I've never been on. I'm tempted to go on one just to see what it's about. Fewest ghost tours. Anchorage, of course, Anchorage. Jacksonville, Florida, Boise, Idaho, Indianapolis, and Detroit, Michigan. And I guess, oh, it actually like kind of explains it. But like, how is this the most? It's saying Los Angeles is number 1 with the overall score of 59.21. 4 sightings, 1 haunted location. There's more than one haunted location here. 1 lifestyle. I guess that's their metrics. Oh, I kind of, dude, I should have read this because this kind of explains it. Ghosts seem to haunt the City of Angels with a dramatic flair at performance venues. The Comedy Store and Pantages Theater. Book a night at the historic Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel for potential encounters with the star-studded spirit of Marilyn Monroe and Montgomery Cliff. So it's saying, oh, I guess it does like a little like summary. The gist. Many of America's oldest and biggest cities, such as Los Angeles, New Orleans, Philadelphia, and San Antonio, land at the top of our rankings. These cities impress with plenty of paranormal energy built on centuries of ghost stories and urban lore. Younger cities and suburban regions have a less haunted history and sparse paranormal activity. Honolulu and Sioux Falls, South Dakota, land alongside West Valley City, Utah, in last place. So it's saying standout stats. Hollywood haunts. Our top city, Los Angeles, boosts 11-point lead ahead of New York. LA possesses the highest number of haunted sites and the most paranormal conventions. Where are these paranormal conventions and events? The City of Angels is spellbound as the number 2 best city for witches and number 4 for vampires. All right. California is also the most ideal state for spotting UFOs. I have yet to see one. Mythical Mid Atlantic. Assemble your own Ghostbusters crew in New York, which offers 328 cemeteries. I thought for a second there it said centimeters. The most in our ranking and the second highest number of haunted sites to explore. Phantoms have plenty of potential in Philadelphia thanks to the second best cemetery access. However, Philly falls behind at number 119 in ghost sightings. Wendy, how's it going? Matthew saying Florida is mostly safe. I was born in Jacksonville. Pan is saying I live about 3.5 hours from Portland here in Oregon. Susan saying I'm a New Yorker, never seen ghosts, lots of crazy people here. Maybe they're from other planets. Susan saying Savannah was haunted by unseen beings across the park. My boyfriend and I both ran. It was in downtown Savannah. We're told it had been a military burial ground. Oh, crazy. Sabrina is a witch pagan in Cali. That is super cool, Sabrina. Super awesome. So, what do you practice, Sabrina? Just out of curiosity, if you don't mind me asking. That is super cool. So then it goes on the Lone Star Specters. 13 Texas cities. Oh my gosh, I'm putting my headphones on and it's pushing my glasses. 13 Texas cities float to the top half of our ranking, with San Antonio claiming the third largest number of haunted sites, followed closely by Houston and El Paso, tied at number 5. El Paso also spooks residents with the most ghost sightings, followed by Austin, as well as Laredo and Corpus Christi, tied for third place. Sasquatch stomping grounds. Legend has it that Bigfoot roams around the Pacific Northwest, so it's fitting that Tacoma, Washington claims the highest number of Bigfoot sightings, followed by Seattle, Bellevue, Washington, and Portland, Oregon. There are even conservation laws in some regions of the Evergreen State protecting Sasquatch from potential poachers. That is super crazy. It's saying Rochelle, it's saying that Savannah has is one of the top places for ghost tours. Sabrina's saying my specialty is protection spells, but I do cleanse, practice paganism, lean more toward Norse paganism. Oh, that is super cool. Super cool, Sabrina. Thanks for sharing. Paranormal pursuits. Phantoms won't find peace in Vegas, which is home to the most paranormal societies and investigated organizations, followed by Indianapolis. However, supernatural events seem to occur most often in spooky San Diego, which reports the most paranormal sightings. Dallas follows with the second highest number, while Chicago, Philadelphia, and Cleveland tie for third place. The Big Eerie. Whether you're interested in witches, vampires, or ghosts, New Orleans is full of supernatural spirits. NOLA offers the highest number of haunted hotels and ghost tours and is among the top 20 cities for witches and vampires. Ghostly, Georgia. Hospitality in the hostess city of the South isn't exclusively for humans. Savannah, Georgia has the second largest number of haunted hotels and ghost tours. Savannah also hosts paranormal conventions, the Savannah Horror Fest and Southeast Hollows Haunt Convention, as does Atlanta, the Oddities and Curiosities. Oh, I've heard of the Odyssey and Curiosity Expo and Days of the Dead Convention. So I guess they date, but that's not like a paranormal convention though. Like yeah. When they say paranormal convention, I'm thinking a convention where they have all the ghost hunters. Like they'll have Steve Gonzalez or Jay from Ghost Hunters, or they'll have those type of people there, or from the local ghost hunting organizations there. That's what I think. Like paranormal convention. I feel like Days of the Dead is more like a horror convention to me. I don't know. That's how I take it. Then it tells you how they came up, but I don't want to read that. How they came up with their rankings. So then it has their horrible mentions, as in horror. From the Michigan Dogman to Wendigos in Minnesota to the Glawakus in Connecticut, the U.S. is full of legendary creatures and cryptids. Discover more interesting paranormal hubs below. California is full of curious sites such as Willow Creek, the so called Bigfoot capital of the world. Learn more about the Pacific Coast Bigfoot at the Bigfoot Discovery Museum in Felton, or search it for it yourself in the Redwoods. Find oddities and interactive exhibits for paranormal activity lovers and horror fans at the Mystic Museum in Burbank. I definitely want to go there. It looks super cool. I need to make a trip there. The the Jersey Devil has allegedly been lurking in the pinelands of New Jersey for over 250 years. There was actually an X-File episode called The Jersey Devil. So every time I read Jersey Devil or anyone mentions it, I think of that episode. Known to locals as the Leeds Devil, the kangaroo like cryptid is claimed to be the only state demon in the U.S. Learn more at Mothman was first spotted flying around West Virginia in 1966. Today, visitors can take a selfie with the Mothman statue, explore the Mothman Museum, and attend the annual Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant. Mountains Mountain State tourists can discover more odd artifacts in the Archive of the Afterlife, aka the National Museum of the Paranormal in Cameron. That sounds so cool to go to. Stop by the Cryptozoology and Paranormal Museum before going for a hike to look for Sasquatch yourself in Littleton, North Carolina. Water Dragon saying my best friend lived in West Virginia for a while. I shared this video with him. I'm curious to see if he's familiar with any of the places you're going to cover. Just got here. Cool, Water Dragon. I will be getting to that after this article. Tales of the mysterious dragonesque Snallygaster go back to the 1730s in Maryland. Today, this monster is celebrated at the Middleton Snallygaster Festival and at a brew-centered festival in Washington. A fitting celebration as the cryptid allegedly died in a vat of moonshine. All right. Florida has its own spin on the Bigfoot legend, known as the Sunshine State, as the skunk ape plan a cryptid-themed camping trip at the official skunk ape headquarters in Ochoape. Ohio is home to the Loveland frogman, an elusive 4-foot-tall humanoid frog. This creature is celebrated at the annual Frogman Festival. These sound so cool. Looking for other abnormal adventures? Check out Expedition Bigfoot in Blue Ridge, Georgia, or the Sasquatch Outpost in Bailey, Colorado. That is so cool. So, what did you guys think of those most haunted places? Wendy saying I wouldn't do it without a pro like Lisa. Ha! Water Dragon saying cloudy and warm, calling for thunderstorms tomorrow. That is cool. I like thunderstorms. I really do. What state are you in, Water Dragon, if you don't mind me asking? We usually get the thunderstorms in when we've been hot for a while, like in summer. Matthew saying TV show Freaky Links. I've heard of that. I've heard of that show, but I don't quite remember it, but I heard it sounds familiar. I've heard of it. I watched long ago. The skunk ape was a retiree who found the fountain of youth that turned him into early man. That's kind of cool. Marcella! Wendy saying, love me a good storm. The power of Mother Nature is amazing. I do too. I actually like it when we get thunderstorms here in California. Susan saying Louisiana is haunted all the way. Have I been? No, I haven't been to Louisiana. Alice is saying she likes my knickknacks. Thank you. No, I've never been to Louisiana. I've been to Arkansas. That's what the windy. I'm still inside, but I like watching the storms. Water Dragon saying, I imagine the French Quarter is super spooky and interesting. I've always wanted to go there. I've never been there, so it'd be super cool to go there. It just seems like a city full of history, spooky history as well. Water Dragon's lucky numbers are 5, 7, and 13. That's cool. Mine are 7 and 13. Wendy saying Puerto Rico changed my perspective forever. What happened when Wendy in Puerto Rico? Spring Storm saying Louisiana is definitely haunted. It's so spooky, macabre, yet serene. Alice, we are getting rain. When? Like I have to check this. I didn't think we were getting rain. I know we're having weird weather. It's showing it's going to be kind of cloudy in the morning, but it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow here. Water Dragons asking, does that rain in LA? Does that happen often? Not this year we actually got a lot of rain. No, I didn't say it, Alice. That's why I was like, wait a minute, we're going to get rain? Tyran is saying would be cool to go to New Orleans. Are you get the next article? Oh no, someone Water Dragon was saying they were gonna get thunderstorms. No way. Wendy's saying spirits walking around, lights turning off and on, creepy, non-coherent voices. They wake the dead in the house. Girl, no joke. Oh, that's crazy. Sure. Give me a second, guys. Just making sure I click on the right because there are two articles that are the same. Like they actually updated this one, but I wanted to start off with the older one. It's West Virginia. It's from 13 News. West Virginia's Mountain State Ghost Tales 10 Haunted Places in West Virginia. Written by Jessica Patterson, and this one actually came out on Halloween. And they do have another one where they share 10 more haunted places, which I thought was kind of cool. West Virginia, from haunted prison, hotels, and hospitals to shrinking and shadow figures in the woods, and even a woman who helped convict her murderer from beyond the grave, the Mountain State is filled with chilling tales of paranormal. Here are 10 of the stories of West Virginians from days past who still roam among the living. No way, Wendy! It followed us back to the States? That is crazy. Clothed figure looming over my bed. Oh my gosh. That would scare me. Tyrannus saying I wish it would be 80 here. It's supposed to be 108. Oh my gosh. Susan saying my Puerto Rican friend saw a UFO and ETs there near a beach. He tells few people because he doesn't want people to think he's crazy. I definitely can imagine that. Matthew saying getting rain a lot here in Florida, yet in April we barely got any, so there went April showers brings May flowers. We had a lot of rain in the winter time, which kind of helped with the drought. Jen, what's up? Sabrina saying I was 16 and at home at night, my BF asked me to go to his car and get his cigs. When I stood up after reaching in the car, I looked over at my side yard and saw a guy glowing walking towards my backyard. Whoa, that is crazy scary. So getting back to the article, it starts off with the Frederick Hotel Cabell County. The Frederick Hotel in Huntington, West Virginia, first opened in 1906 as a premier place to stay in the tri state with many prominent visitors. After its heyday, the hotel closed in 73 and has since been added to the National Register of Historic Places. The building has since been renovated to house apartments and office buildings. However, the Edwardian era style of the Frederick remains intact on the first floor. From the jangling of keys and footsteps to voices and blood curdling screams, and even two ghostly children spotted in the restaurant area. Residents of the apartments and visitors to the hotel and offices have reported their fair share of sightings. A former resident has even said ghosts arguing in his room would keep him awake through the night, according to the Teresa's Haunted History of the Tri State. According to the West Virginia Ghosts website, one local shared their story of visiting their mother's office when they heard the building's music stop only for a blood curdling scream to fill the silence. The local said this was the first of many paranormal encounters they had in the building. The Greenbrier Ghost, Greenbrier County. The legend of the Greenbrier Ghost began when a woman insisted her daughter reach out from beyond the grave, telling her mother she had been murdered. It became the only known case in which a ghostly testimony has helped to convict someone of murder. A young woman named Elva Zona. Oh, wait a minute. I think I talked about this one. A young woman, I think it was my last stream. A young woman named Elva Zona Hester Sue, that is a very long name, Zona, was found dead in her Greenbrier County, West Virginia home on January 23rd, 1897. At the time, childbirth was listed as the cause of her death, and she was buried the next day. Soon after, Zona's mother, Mary Jane Hester, began claiming she had seen her daughter standing at her bedside, insisting she had been murdered by her husband. Aramis Trout Shoe. According to the West Virginia Haunts and Legends website, the two married in October of 1896. Great month to get married in. While it's unknown if the prosecutor truly believed Mary Jane's ghost story, he had enough doubts on Zona's death to open the case. An autopsy of her exhumed body revealed she had a broken, dislocated neck and a crushed windpipe, as well as markings on her throat consistent with choking. As the trial for Shu began, more details of his past became known. Shu has been married twice before Zona. Reports stated his first wife divorced him and his second wife died of mysterious circumstances within a year of the wedding. While imprisoned, he reportedly spoke freely of his desire to marry seven women, believing he would be freed and go on to marry four more times. Instead, he died in the West Virginia State Penitentiary in 1900 while serving time for Zona's murder. I still think that story is crazy. Which is a crazy. I like that story though, because every time I read it, it's like it's crazy that they actually convicted him based on his mother-in-law saying that she saw the ghost of her daughter, and she had said, I still think that's crazy. Super crazy. Harper's Ferry, Jefferson County. Nestled at the edge of the eastern panhandle where the Shenandoah and Potomac rivers meet, Harper's Ferry has a rich and sometimes tragic history as well as its fair share of paranormal phenomenon. The town is even the home of the oldest walking ghost tour in the country. From the town's founder's wife and a quick-witted priest to the infamous John Brown himself, visitors and locals alike have shared a wide range of ghostly encounters throughout the town. The town has so many reports of hauntings that we're taking just a small look at three of many ghost tales of Harper's Ferry. First, the spirit of Rachel Harper, wife of the town founder Robert Harper, is said to haunt an upstairs window in the Harper house, possibly watching over a family treasure. The hauntedhouses.com website says, according to legend, Robert told his wife to bury the family gold and tell no one where it was buried. The legend states, as they were building the home, Rachel died after falling from a ladder. If she buried the gold, she took the secret to her grave. In the town of Harper's Ferry stands the neo Gothic style St. Peter's Church, the only church in the town to come through the Civil War unscathed. Why? Legend says the priest, Father Michael A. Costello, raised the United Kingdom's Union Jack flag over the church, which was also used as a hospital in times of fighting to deter soldiers since neither of the Union or Confederate armies wanted to upset Britain. Father Costello's spirit is said to still roam the old church. Visitors have also claimed to see the ghost of a Confederate soldier and hear the cries of a baby. One of the town's most infamous ghosts can even be spotted in broad daylight. The ghost of John Brown has been seen walking around the town, especially near the site of John Brown's fort, where his raid came to a bloody end. Others who died in the skirmish are also said to haunt parts of the town, such as Hog Alley and the Old Iron Horse Inn. Diane was like, he wanted to marry 7 women. I think they caught a serial killer. Well, I guess apparently he was married 3 times. And the first one, it shows that he got a divorce. The second one, she passed away mysteriously. And then the third one, obviously, is what the story says, was the first time anyone took the testimony of a ghost to convict someone. So that's kind of crazy. Sabrina's saying I should show everyone your ghost pic. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you guys. Wouldn't be there. Oh yeah, it would be there. Um Human remains found on Mount Baldy. That's like the first thing that popped up on my Instagram. Wow. That is crazy. Crazy craze. I don't know. Hold on. Let me go to full screen so we'll stop and I'll get back to I don't know if you can see. Can you guys see that? Hold on. Ah, I don't know if you guys can see that. This is a picture of one of the pictures that Sabrina sent me. And she took a picture. I guess she had hung some Halloween decorations, was it? And she was taking pictures. And she did not know her husband was in the window. So after she took the pic, um, she enlarged it and noticed. Oops, it went blank. She had noticed she had caught something standing next to her husband, or peeking up next to her husband. This is a creepy photo, if you guys can see. Like, this is basically like the picture she took. Like the full view of the picture. And this is like another, another angle of it, which is crazy. That is a super, I don't know if I can, another angle. I don't know if you guys can see it. Kind of put it up as close as I can. Sabrina's saying it's a girl's head, like she hopped in the pic with him. I mean, you can see the eyes. I don't. You guys probably can't see it too well. I don't know if I can like. The problem is this is weird to. I can't enlarge it. Hold on here. I think it. Oh, I can't enlarge it this way. There. That's as much as I could do. I could zoom in it this way, but you can't really see it when I do it that way. But what do y'all think of this picture that Sabrina sent me? There you go. I think you can kind of see it. That's as bad. That's as best as I can do with the phone backwards. Rochelle saying Eerie. Sabrina saying her head is even blocking out my movie behind her. That's crazy. So she was like solid. I don't know if I can. There you can. You could kind of see it. Kind of see it there. Her movie rack. So she's seeing the girl in the picture that wasn't there when she took a picture of her husband, but appeared in the photo, was even blocking her movie rack. So she was solid. I thought it was crazy when I saw it. I got chills. That is a super crazy photo. Alice is saying mood ring. It's actually not a mood ring. It looks like one, but it's not. Diane saying that would have been trippy. Rochelle saying it is something. I feel the vibes. Sabrina saying, yeah, some other people looked at it and said they could see a cowboy above them too, and that tripped me out because I've had a cowboy that followed me since I was little. That is crazy. Sabrina, do you still live in that house? And did your husband feel anything like while you were taking that picture? That is super crazy. No, Sabrina says. And then Sabrina saying, no, he didn't feel anything. That is crazy. And then were you kind of, after taking that picture, did you want to go back into the house? I don't think I would. I don't think I would want to go back in the house. That would kind of creep me out for a bit. Sabrina saying he didn't believe in ghosts till that pic. I don't think that would definitely make me a believer, because that's something complete. That's like totally unexplained. Wendy's saying creepy. That would probably creep me out for a bit, and then I would go back in the house. But yeah, if you guys have any photos or anything you want to share with me, go ahead and send it to me on Instagram, on the Grayson Report Instagram. Sabrina says it doesn't really scare me. I've had a lot of ghost experiences. Okay. And I will share it if you allow me to. I will share it on stream. Or my Discord. If you're on my Discord, you can share it there too as well. If you guys have Discord. All right, guys, I will continue with the haunted locations in Virginia. Rochelle saying I will definitely need to get my Instagram updated with current photos and add you as is. Is just, yeah. It's Grayson, like the it's Grayson Report. That's the Grayson Report Instagram, but and then I also have my personal, if you guys want to join that too. I don't mind if you join that one, but I post more on my personal. I tend to look more on my personal. It's Gray Wolf on Instagram if you guys want to follow me. Matthew saying don't remember seeing a ghost that was not on TV or a UFO not on TV. I do believe on the paranormal. I haven't really had like an experience where I've seen like black shadows or anything like that, but I do believe a little more in the paranormal than I do UFOs or aliens. I do believe that there are life on other planets. There has to be. There can't just be us. There has to be some type of life. But I don't, the UFO thing is, I don't believe it until I see it. Even with the Las Vegas family that claimed that they saw a UFO, I still don't, like, I have to see it with my own eyes. They're even showing video and like, oh, you see the big tall figure walking by, and I'm like, I don't see anything. Or one video where it was kind of zoomed in and you can kind of see this lengthy thing in the background, but the video quality is so bad. Like, to me, it's the video quality that's causing that weird, the weird figure in the back. So it's kind of hard for me to believe in UFOs. Wendy's like, scares the crap out of me, but I live with it. But like I said, if any of you guys have any stories, any stories, any pictures, or if you find an article that you think is interesting, I may share it on the stream. Go ahead and send them to me on my either Instagrams. I look at both. Alice was like, I thought they didn't have their phones. That's what I thought, because when it first came out, there was no video. Then all of a sudden, there was video. I would have posted the video first. So it made no sense to me. And then all of a sudden, like, oh my God, you see a creature through a fence, see his hands? Like, we're making it out. Like, that's his big old eye over there. And I'm like, come on, people. And then it's a big hype, because a lot of it, you don't hear about aliens in the news too often. You don't. Ghost, I think you hear more people having an experience of ghost or a haunted location than you hear more than, aliens. So when aliens pop up, everyone's like, oh my gosh. I mean, if I saw a UFO land in my backyard, and it's a pretty small backyard, I will become a believer. And I hope they come in peace, and it's not like the Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man, and I will not go on the UFO because of the Twilight Zone. I do not want to be part of their cookbook. Or even when I would see with the alien abduction, like, you don't hear too much about alien abductions nowadays. So it's kind of weird. But when I think it was more like in the late 90s when I would hear about alien abduction, and even that, I still had the same, I stand strong with, I gotta see it to believe it. So even if, like, I'll be abducted, and then that's when I'll believe it. Hopefully I'll have my phone with me and I can document it. I doubt it though, when the way that the abduction, it seems like they just take you. At least the stories I've seen. But I haven't heard much. I haven't heard stories about alien abductions in a long time. Rochelle, I got your message. So it's still like, I'm with Matthew. Most of the alien stuff I've seen have been on TV, or documentaries, or movies. Alice is like, then an alien shows up at your door, Lisa. We are here with you. Hopefully, I'm streaming. But like, guys, you wouldn't believe what's at my front door. I wouldn't just have like a 911. I wouldn't call 911. I automatically put the video up. The men in black won't be able to, because I already put it up, so they can't stop me. That's the only thing that's fishy about the Las Vegas one, for me at least, is when we first heard about it, it was just a 911 call, like there was no video, and then all of a sudden a video popped up. So that kind of made me feel like, okay, well, I would have popped the video out first. That would be my first thought. I wouldn't even think about anything else, cuz I would want people to see what I saw to verify that what I was seeing was real. Alice is asking, what about Area 51? There is so much mystery with Area 51. It's not even funny. Like, it's still a mystery. D nice. I was talking about, to recap, I'm going to go back. I was talking about the 10 most haunted places in Virginia. And then we shared a picture of Sabrina. Now I'm talking about aliens, but I will go back to the main topic. I don't know, there's something about aliens. Alice is saying, let's go to Area 51. I don't need, you can go there, but you can't go in. Yeah, you could probably go to the gate and that's about it. Water dragons is, what are the top 3 haunted places in Los Angeles? I do not know, but I can probably pull that up real quick. I know a few, but I don't know if it's the top. They all, whenever you Google, they all have different places. Like this one says Pico House, downtown LA. How is the American Horror Story Murder House on here? Colorado Street Bridge in Pasadena, or the S Bridge, which I actually have been to. Well, I haven't been on top of it. I've been underneath it. They're saying the Hollywood sign, the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, which I've been in, the Wonderland Murder House in Laurel Canyon, the Cecil Hotel, which I've been across the street at, the Entity House, the Hollywood Wax Museum is actually on this one, Linda Vista Hotel, Boyle Heights, and the Queen Mary, which just recently reopened. So now you can rent a room. I was looking at, because I haven't been on the Queen Mary. I've been on the Queen Mary, but I haven't been on since I think I was in junior high school or even 6th grade or something. It might have been even longer than that. But I was looking at, because they just reopened, so now you can stay there. And I was looking at the prices, like, holy crap, it's expensive. They have to pay. They have to get their money back on the renovations. Whoa, D Nice came back from Red. That's a long drive. Alice wants to go to the Queen Mary and take the haunted tour. I think I went on it because I remember them talking about the pool and them seeing a little girl. So I think that was a haunted tour. But I would love to go on it again. I think it's like $10 for the haunted tour. Sabrina saying, I stayed the night on the Queen Mary 3 years ago, didn't have any experience. I don't think I did. It was probably people in the hallway, but I remember trying to sleep on there and I couldn't sleep, and I would hear people in the hallway, and someone's like, yoo-hoo, and I was like, and that kind of, because of the way she sounded, it kind of freaked me out, but it was probably just a person in the hallway being loud. Alice is saying, I've been on the haunted tour. D Nice is like, I can confirm the Wax Museum gives me the shivers in some areas, like next to Selena. Crazy. I think I've been to the haunted, or not the haunted museum, the Wax Museum. Water Dragon saying, I went to London's Madame T's Wax Museum. It's eerie how close they get the people. I know it is. Like, it almost looks real. Like you want to touch them. That's how real. Because I've been to a wax. I don't know. Yeah, I've been to a wax museum. It might have been. I don't even. It has to be the Hollywood one. With my dad, I remember a long time ago, and I remember that they looked like the real person. It was crazy. especially if they had some haunting artifacts in the wax museum. And I know it's mostly celebrities and stuff like that there, but it it'd still be cool if there was a cool haunted Bela Lugosi or something looking wax. Would be super cool though. All right, so I can finish my article because I got ADD and jumped. No, wait a minute. That Paris Hilton movie was the House of Wax or something like that, wasn't it? That movie, everyone's watching it to see Paris Hilton act, right? I know I was. we're like, I'm like, let's see if she can act, because some people they end up doing a movie like someone like Paris Hilton, and they suck. You didn't hear that from me. No, a lot of times I'm impressed. Like when Lady Gaga was on American Horror Story Hotel, I was impressed. I was super impressed with her. Christy saying GA did a show at the Wax Museum. Oh, they did. I was and the it's funny, he was saying on the screening room, because they did a screaming room where the boys were sitting watching like past episodes that they had done, and Zach had mentioned that I guess the general manager at the time of the Wax Museum in LA is now his manager at his haunted museum. So I thought that was kind of cool. And it was funny too. It made me laugh because they did like a game show type of like intro, and I thought it was hilarious. And Hotel was basically the Cecil Hotel, and that's where I found out about that hotel and became kind of obsessive with it. All right, back to the 10 most haunted areas in West Virginia, which I've never been to, but now seeing all these haunted places, it seems like a pretty cool place. Capitol Center Theater, Kanawha County, now a landmark in the National Register of Historic Places. The Capitol Center Theater in downtown Charleston, West Virginia, has had a long history since it first opened in 1912 as the Plaza, according to the West Virginia Historic Theater Trail, facing the changing world of entertainment as well as a fire that collapsed the auditorium roof in 1923. The theater changed ownership and names throughout its long history. Now, the Capitol Center Theater is owned by Resurrection Church after being sold by West Virginia State University in 2018. However, the reported hauntings here predate the theater itself. Before the theater was built, the land was once the site of a mansion. The mansion, completed in 1798, belonged to the Welch family, according to the hauntedhouses.com website. A son, John Welch, raised his own family there in the mid 1800s, and he and his young daughter, Molly, who died at 8 years old in 1840, are said to haunt the theater built on the site of their old home. That sounds familiar for some odd reason. While John's spirit is known for playing the occasional harmless prank on guests, shy little Molly has reportedly been spotted sitting quietly in the front row of the balcony watching performances on stage. Oh, Lady Gaga was in A Star Is Born, which is a great film. To answer your question, Water Dragon, but she was also on American Horror Story, which was a TV series. Still is a TV series, I believe. It hasn't ended. Um, it was American. I think it was fourth season, somewhere around there, fourth or fifth season. American Horror Story, Hotel, which is kind of the first time I ever saw her act. So I thought that's cool. And she's also going to appear on Joker, the movie Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, part 2. Filet de or I forgot it's part 2. So I'm looking forward to that. I love Joaquin Phoenix, so looking forward to seeing her play Harley Quinn. Water Dragon, I agree with you on that one. Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker and always will be. I don't know, it's just something about him that no one can top. Not to say that the other Jokers are bad, but just something about him. He captured the essence of the Joker. I have a lot of ADD this stream. Don't mind me. Back to the article. Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, Lewis County. Would this list be complete without one of the state's most well-known haunted locations? The Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, formerly the Weston State Hospital, has been known for reports of paranormal activity that stems from the facility's dark and tragic past. The asylum was built in the mid-1800s in Weston, in Lewis County, West Virginia. It opened in 1864, designed to house 250 patients with mental illnesses. But by the 1950s, it had nearly 2,400 patients living in overcrowded, poor conditions. The asylum website says the facility closed in 1994 due to both the building's poor condition and changes in the medical field to the treatment, mental illness, and patient care. The property was purchased by a family who began work to restore the asylum structure and open the facility for both historical and haunted tours, sharing the stories of the sometime horrific treatment patients had to endure after being sent to the asylum. I guess it's saying the haunted history of the Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Nerd Report saying I love Heath, but Joaquin Phoenix is better. I knew you were going to say that. Matthew saying Destination Fear went there. I noticed, Matthew, it did that to you when you commented before. So I thought that was kind of weird. Aaron, what's up? Did any of you catch Project Fear? I only watched like the beginning. I'm not a fan of Destination Fear, so I just caught a little bit of the Project Fear on YouTube, and it felt like it was almost the same, because I was thinking like being on YouTube, it would be more not, I don't know how to say this, more just like a normal, I don't know how to say this. It seemed like it was more like production type than just being, which I mean, that's where they came from, so I get it, but it kind of felt like it was the same. Water Dragon saying if Phoenix was good at his version of Joker, but Heath was next level. He was so unpredictable and walked the line between genius and insanity. Hold on, guys, here, because I'm getting more ADD. Because I'm getting messages. Give me a second, guys. I know I got a message, but it like popped up weird. Somewhere. I know I got a message, but I don't know where it disappeared to. Christy was like, I did. I was going to ask you about it. They kept saying indiscreet low blows to Ghost Adventures like the spirit. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to watch some more of it if that's what you were doing. I just saw the beginning because I just saw like kind of the intro of Project Fear. And it just felt like it had the production status. It didn't feel like, you know how most ghost, the ghost hunters on YouTube, they're kind of like lower production. They're kind of personable, and I just felt like they're super production, like the same as they were as Destination Fear kind of thing. But now, Christy, you have now piqued my interest, so I'm gonna have to watch a little more. Oh, maybe. Yeah, but then Christy saying they said they couldn't use spirit boxes before but because they weren't allowed? Really? That I don't know. But I know some people had said like the intro to Destination Fear sounded similar to Ghost Adventures. That by what I've read. Sabrina, they're all kind of fake if you think about it. Cuz when you go investigate a location, you're not always going to catch something. Christy saying because of someone who made it famous, they never named names. Yeah, true. Springstorm saying, I will never use a spirit box again. Bad juju. I'm sure when you use I've never used one of those, but I'm sure when you do use one of those, you'll you'll bring something with you. D Nice, I saw your Phoenix comment. He walked the line. That was a good movie, by the way. Yeah, Christy, since you mentioned that, I'll give it a second look. I'll check it out. It was a good portrayal. All right, to finish this article once and for all. No, I'm just kidding. Since I'm still on the screen. The haunting histories of the Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. When Wow K, I wonder what that stands for, visited the asylum in 2019, operations manager Rebecca Jordan told Wow K, that sounds like a K-pop band. I know, watch Wow K is going to come after me. They're like, You said we were a K-pop band. I said they sounded, that sounds like a K-pop band. You have to know the history to get to know the paranormal. The Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum was built in a, try to say that like over and over again. That's a super tongue twister. Was built in a time when asylums for the insane held the dark secrets of being a place to basically dump those who were unwanted by society. That is true. Sad but true. Oftentimes, the patient had no signs of true mental illness when they were dropped off and may have been committed for diagnoses such as laziness, superstition, religious enthusiasm, or even menopause, according to the Legend of America. Just imagine going through menopause and they send you to a insane asylum for that. That's crazy. Patients at this and other asylums, but I heard women going through menopause have crazy symptoms too. So that, yeah. Patients at this and other asylums across the country were also exposed to extreme overcrowding, abuse, neglect, cages, restraint chairs, and experimental treatments such as lobotomies. Of the thousands of patients committed to the asylum, many died at the facility. At the time, while Kay's crew visited the asylum, employees told us that at least 7 to 8 patients still resided in the old building. Even when the facility was still in operation, some who worked there believed the place was haunted. One of these patients' employees told us to believe to be a man named Jacob who was committed in 1982 for alcoholism, and being delusional, allegedly thinking everyone was hiding his beer. Jacob first made himself known during a 2008 filming of the show Ghost Hunters when the Atlantic Paranormal Society, or TAPS, made a visit to the asylum to do their own investigation. A couple of other former residents believed to be still on the grounds are a woman named Ruth who reportedly despised men while alive, and a young child named Lily who died around the age of 9 years old, according to the Legends of America. Some feelings of tapping and pushing have been attributed to Ruth, and while some spirits like Jacob and little Lily are quite harmless, some, such as the fourth floor creeper figure, have created a more sinister atmosphere when they're about. Those who visit may encounter sounds such as disembodied voices, whispering, screams, footsteps, or slamming doors. A light may have randomly turned on or off, or an object may not be in the same place you last saw it. Visitors might feel a chill or even a tap or shove. You may also spot floating orbs, shadow figures, or partial or full apparitions. This summer, Wow K's sister station, oh, it's a station, okay. Wow Boy, W Boy, that sounds like another K-pop band. Sorry. Also sat down with TikTok ghost hunter Kalani about his recent trip to the asylum. That is crazy. You and I care. What's up? I'm talking about locations in West Virginia. I do believe that places are haunted, but sometimes I feel like reiterating with the ghost hunting shows, like because of editing, that you can add things now because of technology, it kind of makes you. And then also too, it's not when you walk into a location, it's not, you're not always going to catch something. So for me, like, it's not on cue. So if you go to a location, you may or may not catch something. You may catch something and hey, that's the golden grail, but not. I feel like if you go to a location and catch 20 things, I feel like sometimes they have to add something so they get views, because any television show is based on ratings. So I feel like they do add things to that add things. They have to add things so people would watch. So then it goes 22 Mine Road in Mammy Thurman's Ghost, Logan, and Mingo counties. Along a road that follows the county line between Mingo and Logan counties in southern West Virginia, the ghost of a young woman named Mammy Thurman is said to haunt the land where her brutally murdered body was discarded. On the morning of June 22nd, 1931, a man named Garland Davis was picking berries near the top of Trace Mountain near 22 Mine Road when he came across a body that had been shot, stabbed, and left in a ditch. Authorities identified the body as that of 31-year-old Mammy Thurman, the wife of a local police officer named Jack Thurman, according to the AppalachianHistory.net website. The couple had moved to Logan County, West Virginia from Kentucky in 1924. Two persons of interest were investigated in Mammy's murder: the Thurman's landlord, Harry Robinson, and his black handyman, Clarence Stevenson, according to the West Virginia Haunts and Legends website. While Robertson was never indicted, Stevenson was sentenced to life in prison. Allegedly, he told another inmate he did not kill Mammy, but had been hired to dump the body. Legend also says the court records oh my god, from his trial have disappeared. The location of and then I got new glasses too, so this is I should be able to read. The location of Mammy's remains is also still a mystery. I was widely believed it oh my god, it was widely believed she was buried in Logan County, but conflicting records show she may have been buried in her Bradfordville, Kentucky hometown. Mammy's restless spirit is believed to still haunt the country road where her body was found and may even push your car if you put it in neutral at the bottom of the hill. We have something like that here called Gravity Hill, which I would love to go to, where they say if you put powder or flour on the back of your car, and put your car in neutral, something will push your car, and then when you look, you'll see little handprints. So I so want to go there one of these years to check that out and film it. Aaron Cooper saying Mamie. It is Mamie? Christy Foss, thank you for the super chat. Can we get some love in here? We do have love in here, Christy. People can have opinions. I'm okay with that. And some people can be fans and some people can't. So I'm cool with whoever is and whoever isn't. We can have our opinions. Thank you, Sabrina. No, Rochelle, I haven't. I never created. Maybe I should create one on Facebook because I know a lot of people don't use Facebook too much. I mean, I use Facebook still, but I know some people don't. But maybe I should create um like a Facebook group on there. But the problem is I'm gonna lose track of what I have. But I can do that too if that's more feasible for people. The next one is West Virginia. Did I skip? Oh, West Virginia State Penitentiary, Marshall County. First, which I've heard of the West Virginia State Penitentiary. First opened in 1876 and closed in 1995, the West Virginia State Penitentiary housed scores of prisoners, including some of the state's most dangerous and violent convicts. In the 119 years the facility was operational, nearly 1,000 inmates died at the facility, including 94 who were executed for their crimes and many more who died from torture or were murdered by other inmates. Some are still believed to lurk the grounds of the old prison. The penitentiary is now home to year-round tours, including ghost tours during the Halloween season. Many paranormal investigators have also come to the facility to have their own look into the apparitions, unexplained sounds, shadow figures, and disembodied voices that have been reported by both visitors and employees alike. Several guests taking tours, both historical and haunted, have reported being touched, tapped, pushed, strange smells and sounds. Strange smells? I wouldn't want to know what they're smelling. Or hearing a whisper, "Help, I'm trapped," from a ghostly voice. While ghostly sightings have been reported all throughout the facility, two of the most paranormally active areas are the North Wagon Gate, where the hanging executions took place, and the cell of William Red Snyder, a man convicted of killing his own parents who was murdered by another inmate. Active activity has also been recorded in the basement recreation area dubbed the Sugar Shack, where both inmate recreation and illegal activity took place. In 2021, Wow K's sister station, WTRF, visited the penitentiary for West Virginia's Next Star Station's Destination West Virginia. While there, the crew caught a spooky sound on camera that couldn't be explained. Rochelle saying not wild about the smells. That is hilarious. That would be weird. I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, smells? I wonder what they're smelling. Everyone's saying Facebook. I can make a Facebook group if that is better for you guys. Sabrina's like, I would be scared in a mental asylum. Me too, because those places had some like bad people. So just imagine the afterlife with those people. The Ghost of Sliding Hill, Mason County. Mason County, West Virginia is known for being the home of the legendary Mothman, but the winged cryptid isn't the country's only spooky tale. For the ghost story, we're heading north to Sliding Hill in North Hartford City, where ghosts are supposedly seeking treasure hidden long ago. According to local legend, back in the early 1800s, in what would become Hartford City, West Virginia, along the border of then Virginia and the Northwest Territory, two men traveling west to make a new start stopped for the night to sleep on what would now be Antiquity on the Ohio side of the river. According to the Mason County Historical Society, little did the two men know they were being followed and would be robbed and brutally murdered in the middle of the night. The robbers buried the two men's bodies under a shelving rock, and they were only discovered decades later when workers were blasting away stone to lay a culvert, according to the West Virginia Explorer magazine. Fearing for their own safety, the robbers decided to travel a short distance down the river and bury the loot on what would become Sliding Hill in Hartford City, West Virginia. The legend continues that the robbers joined a group of Native Americans fighting in the war against settlers. One of the robbers was beheaded and killed during one of these battles, and the other fatally wounded. According to the Mason County Historical Society, before the wounded man died, he confessed the murders to an officer and drew him a rough map of the treasure's location. It's unknown if the soldier ever went to find the loot, but phantom light and shadow figures with swinging lanterns have been seen at night wandering along the hillsides after dark looking for the lost treasure, and at least one of the ghosts seen is rumored to be headless. There have, however, been reports over the years of local finding old coins while walking in the woods. This and the skeletons found near antiquity have led locals to believe the legend and the treasure are true. However, according to the Mason County Historical Society, during the surrounding peak of intrigue surrounding the tale, the land was owned by the Hartford City Coal and Salt Company, which forbade treasure hunters from digging around on the property. There's also speculation the construction of Route 62 may have destroyed the treasure, if it ever existed. You and I care. I've heard of that movie, but I don't think I think I've seen. I never finished it. I think I saw some of it. The Stonehurst Asylum. Nerd report saying make a private group. The other stuff sucks. Sabrina saying I smelled my grandma's perfume many times, but I'm thinking like in a prison though, like a penitentiary, like that type of smell would. I don't know what kind of smell you would have at a penitentiary. Darkish knobs screaming ghosts. Tucker County. Tucker County sits in the Potomac Highlands of West Virginia, and its county seat of Parsons was once a stop on the Underground Railroad for runaway slaves, but the area's loose rocky terrain proved to be a perilous passage on the journey to freedom. Just beyond the town of Parsons is the steep mountain Darkish Knob. Once there was a safe house for runaway slaves near the mountain's base, so well hidden it's nearly impossible for those chasing the slaves to find. According to the local lore, one night a slave girl was riding her house along the path in search of the safe house, but missed it in the dark. The legend says when she stopped to see if she was still being pursued, her horse lost its footing and the pair plummeted from a ledge to their tragic deaths. According to the legend, the girl's spirit still haunts the mountain and is most active on the anniversary of her untimely death. Witnesses have reported hearing her cries, moans, and chilling screams in the woods. I was gonna say, this seems like more than 10. Last but not least, Blenner has it Hotel, Wood County. While the Ohio River Island home of the infamous Harmon and Margaret Blennerhassett is known to have its restless souls, but Native American and aristocratic settlers, another building bearing the couple's name, is known to have its own haunts. The Blennerhassett, I hope I'm saying, I'm probably butchering their name. Blennerhassett Hotel was built on Market Street in Parkersburg, West Virginia in 1889 by then mayor of Parkersburg, Colonel William Chancellor, and became a popular place to stay in its early days. Guests and employees have reported some paranormal activity over the years, but those looking to stay at the historic hotel shouldn't worry about the hauntings. The ghosts of the Blennerhassett Hotel are said to be friendly. One of the most seen spirits is that of William Chancellor himself. His spirit is often seen roaming the halls, the library, and other parts of the building. Visitors have also smelled the smoke from his cigars wafting through the air. Other tales, including children playing in the halls, the apparition of a maid hard at work, a woman roaming near the elevators, and residual hauntings of days gone by, from the sound of a big brass band to singing carolers. The hotel even offers haunted tours for visitors. That is a super cool article. I felt like it was more than 10, but maybe it's because I kept coming back and forth. Aaron saying food smell, sulfur smell, probably. So that I was butchering it. D Nice, she's saying it's pronounced Blen Racit. Like that even sounds worse. Sarah Ortiz, what is up? How is that Blen Racit? Oh man, yeah, I could see it. If you if you don't say Blenner, you would say Blen. Yeah, I kind of can see it. D Nice to say Google said so. Yeah, it does not seem like that's how you would pronounce that. That's crazy. Heather, whatever, what's up? All right, guys, so I will open it up for questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Wendy saying, I need to unwind and meditate. Me, my headphones are pushing up against my glasses, so they're killing me. Like they're pushing up against so my ears are starting to hurt. So we're gonna go without headphones for a bit here. And I can't really hear myself through my headphones, so I guess it doesn't matter if I have them on or not. I hear myself a little bit. D Nice is asking what got me into spooky things. I don't know. I just started I've always liked horror, but I just started for some odd reason. It just came about. Like there's no explanation. You know how you just start watching horror movies all of a sudden? That's what happened. Like all of a sudden, I started watching horror movies and just became obsessed with. I mean, I've always watched horror movies, but I think I really became a fan later in life, like in my 20s, and just started binge watching Friday the 13th. And then it went on from that. And then I discovered Hellraiser, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Wendy's asking, do I have crazy dreams? I have not dreamt in a long time. I don't think I'm sleeping too well lately. Zero Ortiz is asking if my studio is still haunted. Believe it or not, it's weird. The camera goes off by itself, but I don't see anything. Like the other day, it went off by itself, but it's just recording. I didn't see an orb or anything. And then I also had one. I have a camera in my room, but I don't have it activated, but it's still connected to the network. And I saw a clip and I was thinking it was my studio. It was actually in my room. And I was like, wait a minute. But I didn't see anything. It just started recording. But then I started thinking, I go, wait a minute, that camera is not set to motion activate. So why is it going off? So that's crazy. That's something crazy, that kind of unexplained thing with the cameras. Rochelle, usually I have not when I mix or when I'm on here I have these, but usually I wear earbuds. I have the Samsung earbuds that I wear when I'm out hiking or walking or whatever I may be doing. Zero Teases, your channel is the only one that I know that talks about horror. I don't know if there's anyone else that do. I know there's the ones that do the ghost hunting, but I don't know if there's ones that actually like talk about haunted places or or they take or show spooky videos and stuff like that. I know there's people that actually investigate and show things that they're investigating or what they catch, but I don't. But just talking about things, I don't think there really isn't any. I know there's people that do movie news, like haunted movie news. Tyrana, thank you for the $5 super sticker, and thank you Heather whatever for the super chat. You guys are awesome. Hearts for everyone, for Tyrana, for Heather, and for Christy who super chatted me earlier. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Julis is saying, am I going to do any more hiking? I actually have some. I just have to get my butt to edit them. So I will have some. I know I keep saying that, but I will, when I get some downtime here, I will edit and post a hiking video. I do want to go. I still want to go when I have the time. I just haven't had time. I want to go because it's like a 45-minute drive for me. I do want to go back to Pasadena for the Colorado Street Bridge and do more exploring there with the S Bridge, and then I do want to go to Cabo State, which is allegedly haunted. I won't go at night though. I'll go during the day, but I still want to go. I want to see what the place looks like. I've heard about it for years. I think they've called it the haunted fort or electric forest or something like that. I've heard about it for years and I've always wanted to go. Now I know exactly like what it is because I didn't know where it was or what it was. And now I know what it is. So I'm hoping to go there one day. And then Gravity Hill, which I just recently found out that it's in the almost the same area. So that's kind of like 45-minute drive for me. So once I get some time, I definitely want to check those out. I want to try Gravity Hill and see if something pushes my car. That would be so cool to catch on camera. Aaron saying I should go check out the ghost town. I know there was one when I was a kid. I would go to the Calico ghost town out in the desert. Then maybe do like when I have time. This is what like I'm hoping to do. I've been wanting to do the Cabo State for like forever. Aaron Cooper's like, Calico. Yeah, I know. I need it. I haven't gone to Calico since I was a kid. That would be so cool to go back to. But like since we're going into summer, I don't think it's a great place to visit right now. But one of these days, I would like to go back, but I would definitely go back in when the weather, because I mean, the weather's still nice, but I rather go when we're in the wintertime. But I haven't been there since I was a kid, and I always remember having a great time when I would go. Matthew's like saying we got Spook Kill here in Florida that does that with cars. That is so cool. I've also been when I think I was in high school with my parents. We went to Arizona, so I've been to Tombstone, Arizona, and I thought that place was so cool. It was hot though because it was summertime, but I so loved that little town. Sabrina's saying go to Calico for their Halloween tour. I'm like 40 minutes from there. Oh, I didn't know they had one. That's cool. Heather, whatever, saying Tombstone was cool. I liked learning about the history of Tombstone, so that little town is super cool. If you guys make a trip out to Arizona, make sure you visit Tombstone. D Nice is asking, is Lou seen aliens or ghosts? What if they are ghosts? I mean, by what they say they see, because I don't see what they're seeing. Because I'm always making, I'm looking at it as a scientific, like a Dana Scully kind of view. I feel like in those camera, like the video footage that they show, I do not see anything. And then even when they enlarge it, I'm like, you could have easily added that to the video kind of thing. So it's hard to see if it was anything. It could have been too, because sometimes your camera does not record properly, like the compression or something, so it will like be kind of fuzzy. So I feel like it would be something to do with that, not some tall figure. Sabrina saying, yeah, they have ghost tours through their minds. Ooh, that sounds so cool. Zero T's is asking, is it scary, Tombstone? No, not really. It's like an old western town. Too tough to, I think their motto was like too tough to die or something like that, because that town has gone through a lot. It burned down. It had a lot of fires, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I've been, and I remember having a shirt that I would wear all the time because I loved that shirt that had gotten there. Aaron saying we have magnetic hill here. They claim your car will roll uphill. Oh, that is crazy. Agrees with me. I don't see aliens. I just don't. No matter how hard. It's weird though. If it's a ghost, though, I'm like, yeah, it's a ghost. But when it comes, but even with ghosts, I do question it a little bit because, like I said, because of technology nowadays, you can add anything into your video clip. So it's kind of hard to really justify a place being haunted unless you're actually there experiencing it, or unless the aliens were actually in your backyard. Zero T's, they actually say there's a building there, the Bird Cage Theater. They say that is haunted, I believe. Matthew saying Spook Hill is in Lake Wales, Florida. Heather, whatever, saying shootout at the OK Corral. Definitely. S. Miller, how's it going? Was it Sabrina? Was it the video that he got from another person? Because I think I know which one you're talking about. I did see that one, but I remember because I watched Slap Ham on YouTube. I love his videos. I haven't watched him in a while, but he he says he always he does a little narrative with each of the videos that he shows, and he says that sometimes I forgot what like the exact wording, but he said something like when something is recorded, like the camera, like the compression or something. I forgot what they said, but it could cause like disturbances in the videos, like where you would think they're ghosts, but they're not. So he had made that comment on there. So now whenever something pops up, like even that UFO thing, I kind of thought it brought me back to that thing. Like, yeah, it could be real because obviously your camera turned on for it, so it saw motion. But at the same time, sometimes though, when your camera records something, it doesn't record it properly. I guess is what I'm trying to say, or something like that. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about, Sabrina. I did see that. Nerd Report does not like Slap Ham. Because every time I watch him, he's like, not this guy again. Rochelle's going, I don't know, Lisa. I see an alien sitting right next to you. I know, it's Gary. I believe in Gary. Nerd Report saying he sits there and pretends everything is real, but doesn't everyone do sometimes? He doesn't really, because he actually puts an explanation to what he's talking about. He asks you if it's real. He asks the people watching his videos, what do you think? Is this real or is this a glitch in the matrix? Because he talks about the glitch in the matrix, meaning he's mentioned this, which is weird. I haven't heard anyone mention it, but he's mentioned where some people believe that we're in the simulation and there can be glitches in the simulation, and he's shown videos of weird things happening because there's people that believe that we're in a simulation. That this whole, like, my environment is a simulation. So yeah. Matthew saying ghost hunters went to Birdcage Theater and OK Corral. Good stuff at the Birdcage. OK Corral, there was too much wind to get anything. Cool. Nerd Report goes, I don't. D Nice is like, what if Gary comes to life like the toys in Toy Story and he has his own YouTube channel? If he's using my equipment, I'm gonna know because the camera is gonna catch him. But that UFO footage does look very believing. It's just I'm kind of a skeptic when it comes to UFOs. I am a skeptic when it comes to those. I'm still I have to see it to believe it type of thing. Like I literally have to see the unidentified flying object jetting around in the sky. It can't just be a line. I have to see like the actual like metallic, or like in what's the name of that movie? Nope. A cloud that mysteriously just moves or something like that. Then that I might become a believer. I actually like Nope. I don't normally like Jordan Peele at all, but I did kind of like that movie. And I'm always saying Jordan Peele is overrated, and I still will, but I did like Nope. Heather, whatever scene? I've seen one in the sky and one not far from the ground. Rochelle's like, maybe you don't just realize it, but we're robots created. D Nice agrees with me. You guys didn't hear it from me though, right? No, because they would go on and go, "Oh my god, it's the best movie ever." Not, I'm not talking about Nope, but like some other movies he did. And I would watch them, and I'm like, "Really? How can you? How?" I don't know if you guys seen the movie Parasite. It was like the first time that movie is overrated as well. I mean, I've seen better Korean horror films than that one. That one I didn't consider a horror film, but I've seen better films than that one. But and I felt the better ones that I did see should have gotten recognition and not just that one. So I felt like that one was overrated too. But you didn't hear that from me. There is a whole slate of Korean horror movies that I felt were better than Parasite. Sabrina is asking, have you watched the show All of Us Are Dead Korean zombie show? No, I have not. I'll have to check that one out. I've seen one of my favorite Korean zombie films is Train to Busan. I love that film. I'm not much of a zombie. I didn't really like zombies. Thank you, you and I care for the super sticker. Hearts for you and I care. Thank you. I didn't really like zombies until I saw 28 Weeks Later. Became a fan of zombies. So my favorite Korean zombie is Train to Busan. Oh, if you guys haven't seen that and you don't mind subtitles, definitely check it out. That is one of my favorite like edge of your seat movies. Keeps your attention throughout. If you don't mind subtitles, because sometimes you have to be in the mood for subtitles. Zero T's is saying, Lisa, if I see a UFO, mine will be real because I don't lie. So when I see one, I will let you know. Definitely, Zero, let me know so I could see it with you. So I could see some identifying flying object or a random cloud. I mean, that they have a video. They actually have a video somewhere where I guess they were it was a video of some guy pointing at the sky for some odd reason and he noticed like this weird shaped cloud. So Nope does have some truth to it. I guess with the cloud shape. Oh, Rochelle Nicholas Spark always had it's a good Nicholas Spark is really good. I agree with you with chick flicks. There's also another Korean film that I liked. There was Tale of Two Sisters. I really enjoyed. That was one of the ones where I just kind of clicked on because I used to, when I had time, I used to do like a roulette thing with Netflix where I would just go through the horror movies and just pick one, and that was one of them, and it surprised me, and I really enjoyed that one. I saw Kingdom. I just, for some odd reason, I couldn't really. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Like I didn't finish it, so it didn't hold my attention. But I liked that it took place during an older time in Korea. It wasn't like during during the olden days. So I kind of like that. Kind of like seeing like the clothing and the zombies still looked great too as well. Oh, Zero T's. I think I know which one you're talking about. I didn't watch it, but I think I know which one you're talking about. About a movie with a hole in the wall. I think I know which one. I was gonna watch it, but I never clicked on it. If I'm thinking of the same one you're thinking of. Sabrina saying it gets crazier toward the end. I may have to revisit it. And I think Rochelle, if I'm thinking of the same one as Zero, I think it's on Netflix. And it's like two kids looking through a hole in the wall, and it's kind of something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It's in another. It's an. I want to say it's an Asian film, but it's not. It's like Thai or something or Indonesia. I don't know exactly what it was. You and I care says I think the aliens are cool. Me and my husband saw a UFO. That is cool. Julia says like I like Nicholas Spark too, but I'm old, so I read the books before they became movies. I'm not sure, Rochelle, if it's still on Netflix because I think I think the last time when I saw the you know how when you go through Netflix it kind of plays like a little trailer. I think it was like a month ago. It was like the kids were looking through the hole. And yeah, and it had like weird wallpaper. It was a girl and a boy, if I'm not mistaken. Now I'm gonna want to look that up. So after I stop streaming, I'm gonna check that one out. See if it's still on there. I agree with D Nice. The books are always better. They are. I always like the books because you can read their thoughts. Like in a movie, you can't read their thoughts. You kind of just see them act their thoughts out or their feelings. So it's a more intimate relationship, I would say, with the characters in a book than with the movie. I mean, you still get connected in a movie, but I feel like you get more connected through book. S. Miller saying, "Is it true there's a Winnie the Pooh scary movie?" Yes, there is. I forgot what it's called though. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's weird. I just hit Winnie the Pooh and the horror one popped up. So it knew what I was talking about. What? No, it just came out in February of this year. I have never seen it, but I've heard of it. It looked too cheesy for me, so I didn't even try. Water dragon. Sometimes when it's night and there are a few low lights, as you move your camera around, the shadows move and could look like an alien or something if that's what you're actively looking for. True. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you're thinking there's a ghost in your video too, it's like your mind's going to automatically think it's there too. So like how what Water Dragon was saying, even same thing with aliens. You're going to see what you want to see type of thing. You and I care talking about their UFO encounter with her husband. We were driving from Florida on I-95 going north through Georgia. It was pretty cool, not scary at all, beautiful. That's awesome. Sabrina saying I can't watch super cheese. I mean, I like some of the cheesy horror films, but there's some that's just too much cheese. Like they doubled the cheese. That's too much for me. D Nice is saying, you know how your camera on your phone has multiple lenses? Sometimes light can go through, making it seem like something is floating. The same thing with the security cameras because their resolution or something like that. That's I forgot the exact wording he used, but it kind of made sense what he said. I need to find that to read so I can like reiterate it properly. Like something with the how when it downloads video to the cloud or to the server, like it's lower compression and it causes or something. I don't know what exactly he said. So I gotta find that so I can reiterate it. Thank you, Aaron. Water Dragon saying if these aliens are way more advanced than us, they may have advanced weapons and stuff than us. If they've been here for years, they would have wiped us out already if they were going to, I think. True, but then at the same time, they're going to want to know who we are. So I don't think they would try to wipe us out. I would think they would try because what do we do when we find something new? We investigate it, we test it, we find out trying we test it basically. We want to know what it is, so we kind of compare it to what we have like, oh, is it fish like? Is it a mammal? Is it this? Is it that? So I would think an alien seeing us for the first time would do the same thing. They would come in, they would test our waters, they would take some earth with them to do some testing. They might find a fruit tree and take the fruit and do testing to figure out what it is. I mean, that's why I kind of get abductions, like I the validity of it, even though it's still kind of like I have to see it to believe it though, but I could get how that could happen because they want to see who we are. So what other way to do it than test us? So I don't think they would come and try to destroy us. Or if you want to talk bad, there's Sharknado. How many Sharknadoes have there been? Hold on. I've never seen one of those, by the way. There's Sharknado, Sharknado 2, Sharknado Feeding Frenzy, Sharknado 3, Sharknado, I forgot, I don't even say it, The Fourth Awakening, Sharknado 5. Oh my god. The Last Sharknado. Have any of you guys actually seen Sharknado? That I saw the trailer and I was like And then of course, because it's a creature we've never seen before, it's going to scare the crap out of us. So even D Nice is like, I need to watch them. I don't know. I saw the trailer and I was just it was too cheese for me. Yes, Water Dragon, the Cecil was where Elisa Lamb passed away mysteriously, unexplained. Zero T's is saying, Lisa, the best movies are the stories that are in Spanish. They are so scary because they are real, true stories, but crazy. I will look them up and let you guys know because I forgot the names. Yeah, please. D Nice is saying, I need to see the one with Frankie Muniz in it. All right, maybe I'll watch it. But I still can't believe there's like 6 of them. I mean, thank you, S. Miller. I mean, I guess I can't complain because there's like a gazillion Hellraisers. But Hellraiser 1 through 4 are the best. Once it passes 4, it goes downhill. Rochelle saying, I personally believe she was killed by either an entity or somebody. I want to say it was something we could not see. Because how could she get into a water tank, take off all her clothes, and jump into a water tank? And they were saying like the lid for the water tank was super heavy. So that was crazy. And then how was the door to the roof open too as well? So to me that and then the way she was acting like in the video, like how she was like the way her hands, she was like all tweaked, like she was being possessed by somebody. Like she was like doing this like weird things with her hands. And then how she like looks out and like goes like this in the elevator, like she was being followed by someone. Like I feel like D Nice was like, unless she was on, well, yeah, that can make you do, and can make you, fly if you wanted to. Rochelle saying it's definitely was all very strange and there was no direct evidence, but I don't know. I just don't know what to think. Yeah, me neither. Like, how can you explain that? That's just weird. Zero teases like, I have a shark phobia, can't see a shark, I will freak out. D Nice was like, it looked like her arm was, but yeah, it was all like the way she was it was weird. You and I care, I guess. I don't know what year it was. 20, but it was before the big C, the Bud Light virus. Um I guess she was staying at the Cecil Hotel, but because she had some issues, they ended up she was with people and they didn't want her in the room anymore because she had mental issues or something. I don't know what exactly it was. I don't remember. They moved her to another room, and I guess she went missing, and all her stuff was still in her room. And I think 2 weeks later, if I'm not mistaken, they found her dead in the water tank on top of the building. And there's a video. Look at it. There's a video. If you search Elisa Lamb, there's a video, and she's in an the elevator video. It's kind of bad video, but you can still get the point. And she's acting weird. It was in 2013. Thank you, D Nice. And I guess she took all her clothes off, walked up a ladder, lifted up the lid, which they said was super heavy. It's not easy to lift, and jumped in. She did have some mental problems, because what I heard was like she was there with some friends or something like that, and she was having mental problems. They didn't want her in the room, and so they moved her to a room by herself. So then there were people staying at the hotel at the time, because now it's a low income housing um building, but there were people, and they were using the water during that time, and I can just imagine. It's Elisa Lamb. I put her name in the chat if you want to go check out the video. You and I care. Water Dragon is asking, have you seen Amber's acting ability? Yes, I have. She cannot act. Heather, whatever, saying it's an awful story. Poor family. Yeah, it is. Because the family really didn't. I think at first the coroner even put like accidental, and then later they changed it to something else. I don't remember what they changed it to. But for the 2 weeks she was missing, she was actually in the water tank. And there were people staying at the place. So just imagine like they're brushing their teeth and taking a shower and all that good stuff. Kind of makes you rethink where your water is coming from. And it's an older building, so it had the water tanks. I don't know if all the hotels have I don't think they do, but it had the water tanks on top of the building. So how did I don't even think they would keep that door open. That would make no sense for people just to walk up to the roof. Bernadette, good to see you. I'm glad you had a great day with your kids. Zero T's, I think Zero T's is asking why was she there sharing rooms. I think she went there with her friends because she was traveling. And she had, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, I think she had mental problems, and they I don't know, for some reason they didn't want her in their room, so they moved her to her own room. Bernadette saying we went to Paranormal Cirque. It was amazing. That sounds so cool. Ma- Matthew saying AH admits she's a fraud in her current boring sounding movie. All right, guys. Any more last minute questions because my butt is falling asleep and I'm not going to be able to walk once I stand up? I kind of bounced back and forth with the stream a little bit, but that's okay. I still had fun chatting it up with you guys, talking all things spooky. Bernadette saying we got like 2 more weeks till party time. Yes, I cannot wait. We're going to Mad Monster, Arizona. It's going to be on the 7th, 8th, and 9th in Phoenix, Arizona. Christy's like, you definitely need a new chair, then you could stay with us longer. If you're in the area, anywhere near Phoenix, it's at the Renaissance Phoenix. It's a long ass name for the hotel. I forgot the name of the hotel. What is the name of the hotel? I remember. It's like a long name. Renaissance Phoenix Glendale Hotel and Spa. I think that's the one. Is this the one? It's in Glendale, Arizona. It's over by the stadium. That's where we'll be at for Mad Monster Party. I'm looking forward. Bernadette saying, I just noticed Gary had a suitcase. Alright, guys, I'm going to end this stream there. Totally enjoyed chatting it up with you guys. Enjoyed sharing Sabrina's ghost picture. If you guys haven't seen it, rewatch in the replay. Thank you for joining me on your Saturday evening, early Sunday morning, depending on where you at. And I hope I will see you on the next one, which will be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Good night, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Be there or be squared. And stay spooky. Good night, guys.